Back in the Best Podcast, coming to you with another comic book review. This week we've got X-Men Red, issue number 9. It's heating up. It's heating up, and your girl Brand is stoking the flame. So we open up this issue with an official communication to the Quiet Council from Xavier by way of your girl Abigail Brand, cooking up a scheme off of the back of, obviously, the Araco mutants and the Quiet Council losing Magneto and the assault by Uranos during the whole, conflict with the Eternals and all of that, and the Avengers. Magneto being lost, they're obviously down in Omega, right? The pitch by Brand is, let's rush the resurrection for Vulcan. That's a good idea. And we'll just put some side blockers on him, which she knows is going to break the shell that he has in him and allow him to come back as the Vulcan we all know and probably hate or love, depending on your flavor. Basically, Brand setting up Xavier to fast track Vulcan back to life and to crack the type of overlay that the progenitors had put on top of him when they kicked him out of the chasm, right? It goes bad almost immediately, right?
The only thing that I think that was the worst is two decisions that I could think are just as stupid or stupider, and I know that's not a word. Waking up Monster Zero in Godzilla, waking up Monster Zero, and in deep blue ocean, making the sharks as smart as humans. Why would you wake up Vulcan? Like, what? If he's dead, you know what? Never mind, because we're going to talk about that early on. If somebody else feel like I'm feeling right now, and he felt it the same way I'm feeling it right now, I'll talk about it when we get to that part of the story. I ain't going to do it now.
For sure. So, they've got an egg with Vulcan's husk in there. Xavier goes to put Vulcan's mind back into his husk, and Vulcan takes it, burns the hell out of Xavier, explodes through the egg. He's Emperor Vulcan all over again. I don't know exactly what happened after this point in the hatchery, right? But I don't think it was pretty. I don't think it was pretty. Or you know what? They described this event in an earlier book. We got the very beginning of it, right? And they told us kind of what happened. Like, they tried to bring him back and it failed. I think this is what they were talking about earlier on.
I think if he'd killed somebody, we'd have seen it. Especially considering the 5 is there. I think he may have just lit himself up and just left them with, they couldn't do anything about it. He just took off and everything like that.
Oh, you don't think he caused no ruckus? Somebody would have tried to stop him. They got Cyclops there. They got Alex. They would have tried to do something.
They would have tried to stop him, but I don't think he body bagged somebody. I think he hurt somebody down because the 5 are there, and they're going through great lengths, regardless of whatever story they tell, to protect the 5.
Sure.
So I don't, if he did something to somebody else, but he ain't do nothing to anybody in the 5.
Well, they finished the bait now, but that's another conversation for another book, I guess. So, anyways, we are at the diplomatic zone in Shi'ar space. We are faced with Nova. We've got Frenzy, Gladiator, Xandra, Warbird, and Pybok.
Right.
And they're all sitting there facing Emperor Vulcan as he's, talking the way the Vulcan used to talk. He's giving off the bravado. The ego is to 11. There is no more humanization. There is no more shell. There is no more lack of confidence. My man's is operating at a high octave. Why we didn't just jumping right off top, I don't know why all this talking is going on. Y'all know what this man is. Nova especially, right? If anybody knows, Nova knows. Hit first. What did your dad, what your mom, or anybody who ever taught you how to fight tell you, man, hit first. Hit hard, hit first. Because especially if the other guy is bigger and stronger. Especially. Go ahead.
This when Nova got said what he's saying? Is this when Nova coming in, giving them a lecture as to why they doing what they were doing? Because I'm with Nova. Can I say that? Why would you? I know you got to do it for the story, but to the characters, the fictional characters, if I could talk to y'all right now, why in the hell would y'all wake up this fool? Like, if he dead, leave him dead. Leave him dead.
But
the last time I saw this dude be around you, Charles, y'all was on the Summers house, and y'all was trying to make this dude feel better by bringing back his former teammate. He killed all of y'all at the Summers house. This was why he got exiled from the damn moon. Then he saw pro tag by Torn. Seems like it's a win-win for everybody. Why would you?
Not only did they bring him back, they brought him back and gave him to Abigail Brand. I be wondering sometimes what Charles, because he's not in a book permanent. I guess he's in Immortal X-Men, but he hasn't really been centered there all that much. He was kind of centered in Legion of X for a while. I don't know if he's still over there on Knights of X or not. I haven't been reading it. But
ain't now one of us telepaths.
What he's doing all day.
You ain't now one of us telepaths. We not. Me and you done had some great conversations. But with us not being telepaths, we know how we get a feeling about how somebody moving.
Like, something ain't right. Why you want him? What you gonna do with it? Walk me through it. Tell me like I'm a third grader. Like explain it to me. What you need him for? You know, especially their experiences. I just be sitting there thinking like, yo, what does Xavier be doing all day? Now he caught his daughter. Now he was alert enough to catch his daughter when she screamed out psychically. But man, it's just all of this mess going around. The world's greatest telepath. And it's making me sick. They're going to need to get Charles on a book to explain why he's letting some of this nonsense go with Beast, with Abigail Brand, with Colossus. How have they not figured out Colossus is a sleeper cell agent yet? What's... Charles! Hello, Charles!
You know what? For him and Reed to be who they are.
They be sleep. Reed Richards is another one too. So Reed Richards supposedly, I think he threatened Xavier at the Hellfire Gala this year, right? And so you got all of this stuff going on around you. Your power is digging into people's minds, and it doesn't seem like you have a clue. Don't seem like you got a clue.
Is Charles an Omega level telepath?
Yeah. Yes. Well, they said Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force was more, but I don't know if that's Omega level in telepathy or telekinesis.
I'm gonna tell you why I asked that question. Because if I'm an Omega level thief, I can break into your home, hang out in your home, take something from your home, and you not miss it unless it's something you know you look at every daggum day. And you would never know I was in your house.
Sure.
Why they keep trying to make us feel like Charles Xavier can't go into somebody's mind, read their mind, talking about, I'm going to leave some psychic footprints. You don't know how to tiptoe? You can't fly in the astral plane?
Oh, right.
Why is you walking?
Float through that mud then. You won't leave no footsteps.
Got a whole ass life that float, hover from the damn ground, but you in their mind walking. What is you doing? I do not believe that Abigail Brand said to a Marcus and a Theo, Marcus, Theo, we want Omega down. Make it when you bring somebody back, bring back Vulcan. We'd have been like,
what? No. Let's go get one from Morocco. Problem solved. Problem solved.
Vulcan? No, we can't. No, I don't know what you're talking about. You say Vulcan? I'm not. You talking about from Star Trek? You talking about the planet Vulcan? What you talking about the Vulcan from mythology, Greek mythology? Because I don't.
All right, back to the diplomatic zone. So we get ready to get it popping, right? Vulcan goes after Gladiator first, turns him into a very old, confidence-less old man, right? Because that's what fuels Gladiator, is his ego, essentially. Nova's next. Now, again, Nova, as I explained to you a couple minutes ago, when the other person is bigger and stronger, i.e. his power is to drain everything that you do well first. Why he doing all of this speeches and all of this, you know, he measuring. Hit him! Why are you sitting there looking at him? Hit first. Hit first. Hit fast, hit first.
You
He
know,
does not.
you know what?
He gets drained.
He ain't been the same since Dwayne been gone. Cause that Dwayne would have had him punch a long time ago. See, he need Dwayne. He need Night Thrasher to tell him to go ahead and stop talking and start swinging.
Need
That's what that is.
something. Need something. Abigail Brand
That's
is watching from Sword Station 2 with Mantelo in her toe. They're watching as well. Pybok gets his arm blasted off. Frenzy's all upset. Are they dating? Is that a thing? She seems overly concerned. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I saw them flirting before.
I believe they were flirting. I don't know what to do with Frenzy because I think Frenzy is getting ready to be to a degree like if people keep getting her enough exposure to her, I think she's going to be a runaway character. I'm starting to see what's the sister with the gold helmet?
Tempo.
Tempo. I can see them becoming runaway characters to the point where because they're being written solidly, you know, like Roberto da Costa, Ron Slidar and everything like that. I can see where readers start to become more invested in these characters, but you not know what to do with them. Because there was a Tempo on the X-Men, and she, for the second year in a row, has not been on the X-Men, but fans do want her on the X-Men. And then you got Frenzy, and you had her whole relationship with Scott Summers, even talking trash to Cable, talking about, hey, look here, low key, I could have been your mama, so watch how you talk to me. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm hoping they keep her around. I was watching how they used her in this fight because I was expecting something else, but you know, hey, it went differently, so I'm glad for that.
So, quick exchange here with Mantelo and Brand. And he's kind of describing, he's like, hey, man, look, I played the game the way it was supposed to. You know what I mean? You watch the losers lose and you hop on with the winners, essentially. And so Abigail Brand gives a, maybe not so surprising, but an interesting take. He's like, that's not even the case. It's like, I legit care for the soul system. I just care so much that I'm willing to be a villain to take care of it. You know what I mean? Fatal attraction level care.
Facts.
That's where she at. That's where she at with it. So we hop back over to looks like WizKid. He's at the World Farm. I'm not really sure what the plan is with them, where they're at or where they're going. But you get these beings that show back up. Remember at the very beginning of this run when they first found Mysterium, right? Yep. That's who they had to go through to get there. So these guys popped back up. So are they going to get more Mysterium? Maybe is that the play? Has something to do with it, potentially. What is why are we here? Or why? Excuse me, not why is Cable and Lone Star and all of them, but where's WizKid going?
Don't know. I know that they haven't told us what they saw that bugged them out yet.
There was something in them plans.
I'm gonna say this to the costume designer for Thunderbird. I like his costume and everything like that, but we gonna need it. Can't be Tia. That light blue ain't working. It's not doing anything. For the coloring, you need to go ahead and make that blue. Like, stop playing with it. I know you use too much blue on the team as it is, but the little light shade of blue is not working. Just go ahead and make it blue. Just go ahead, because it's not. The gray, because it look more gray than anything else. Just go ahead and make it blue. Stop playing.
They make quick work of Stellaris here. And then, as it looks like he's getting ready to take the death blow, the progenitors come out. Ooh. All right. Eaton Vesey can feel the power emitting off of them, and he decides, hey, yo, it's time to go. It is time to go. They do seem to have an interest in Eaton Vesey. You were mentioning you were interested in what exactly they were doing to him. What kind of examination is this?
Look, it don't, because it boy, look, that looked like it hurt. That's all I'm saying. It looked like it hurt. And, you know, you got Cable telling, I don't know when they became friends, telling John to y'all get your knives ready. Not your gun, but your knives ready.
Now, if they were able to do something like put a shell over Vulcan's energy absorbing powers, what exactly do you think the aim is, or what is the modification that they're looking for Eaton Vesey's powers, which is essentially to communicate with the folds of reality, right? With the universe. So Where are they going with this? Where we going?
We're gonna find out next issue. That's the only thing I can say, because it's that Fessy's thing was talking to the universe, right? That's right, John. Better get your knife ready. I don't know. I don't know,
Like, are
because
they going somewhere?
they've been hinting around at Manifold's power set for a minute, ever since this was Sword. So they're gonna take us on the ride. They're gonna give us something, which hopefully will give us a Manifold action figure next year. I don't know, but I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know where it's going. Like, I'm here for it, because this has been one of the better reads since we started reading it.
Okay.
So the author does reveal stuff, but he ain't in no hurry. You know, he's got a good tempo to the story. Excuse the pun. So I don't know where it's going. I know it's something where we're going to learn the big overall secret. Now the question is, once we get to that point, is he gonna be done writing this book after that? Because what issue is this?
It's only 9.
As you and I talked about this before when we were reading John Ridley's run on Black Panther. Hey man, you got 6 issues to give us something. Okay, this 9. You got 3 more issues to wrap this up, because you got 3 more issues to wrap this up. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I'm here for it. You ain't got too much longer.
I feel like between what's going on in the X Factor book with Beast and Abigail Brand, I feel like we're heading towards some sort of Dark Beast Abigail Brand reunion after whatever she got going on as Sword fizzles out, because they too close on her tail right now for her to follow through completely. I feel like they too close. So if this flames out, this operation that she got going on trying to play Orcus against each other, she'll only have one ally on Krakoa left, and it'll be Beast. And Beast so far gone now, he over there rebooting off copies of Wolverine, brainless copies of Wolverine. He's off the reservation over there. And we have actual Dark Beast being held captive by Sinister in one of his secret labs. So it's a lot of potential for some stuff to happen with Abigail Brand and her, and her dismissal from Sword, or not Sword, from X-Men Red, maybe or maybe not. But definitely some plot threads out there. Is it going to finish by issue 12? I hope not.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the current Beast.
He's basically New Age Dark Beast. This is what it feels like.
Right. And that's not Hank McCoy. Like,
for a period it was.
I mean, but that ain't the Hank McCoy that watch this. That ain't the Hank McCoy I grew up with the X-Men and when he was with the Avengers and he was hanging out with Simon Wheat. That ain't that dude. This dude was fun loving, happy go lucky and everything. Always, he could always see the positive side of things. And they didn't turn this dude into a mad scientist.
I do think that it makes sense for that to be the progression because of the obsessive kind of personality that Beast is. And so when you give him the job of protecting Krakoa, not just Krakoa, but all of mutantdom through the centuries, like we have to dominate our way to supremacy in this universe, Right. Okay, well, the type of person type of personality that Beast is, it makes sense that if left unchecked, which he has been completely this entire time, that would spiral into something problematic, something dangerous.
I can see it where if him and Simon Williams got together, Simon wouldn't recognize him. I can see it like they having that conversation and Simon Black, man, what's going on with you?
I don't know what you.
No, for real, bro,
what going on, bro?
Could you imagine? These cats used to run the strip in Hollywood. Like these cats were like damn near part-time Avengers because they was out running the streets. Like this is what this was. These cats was running the streets, man. Like, Beast, where you been? Oh man, me and Simon was kicking it. We hit the alarm like 2 hours ago. Hey, bro, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, there's no way, and we know that they're going to do something with Simon Williams as soon as they start, bumping up the Wonder Man media when they get ready to introduce the character. We know they're gonna do something with him. It's gonna be like, and one of the things they're gonna try and pull on is that Beast Simon Williams reunion, and we gonna be sitting up here like, how you finna make these dudes friends again?
It looks like Miss Impervious herself, Frenzy, is the last one standing. However, Vulcan does find a way to beat her as well because, I mean, you may not get burnt, but you need to breathe. So,
right,
gets her to her knees. Vulcan tries one last hurrah. He gets smacked into a wall. He has a quick conversation there with Warbird about their estranged child. Another nugget that was lost on me. I hadn't even. I don't think I know that they had a child. I don't remember that part, that story. I don't remember them having a child. But you know, Warbird has her in hiding because she doesn't want her to ever see her father again, which I can't blame you too much.
Can you imagine the power set on the child?
Hold on, half mutant, half Shi'ar with Vulcan's power set.
She was able to reach out to her dad. She's gonna make a level telepath herself in ways her father isn't. Can you imagine?
I don't think they just bringing that up either for nothing. I don't think they mentioning that just for nothing. They already gunning. They've been gunning after Xandra for like a year. So, you know, eventually they gonna catch up. They gonna get her for sure. All right, so Vulcan turns his sights to Xandra to deal the final blow. Do what he came there to do. Abigail Brand watching from the sword station, and oh no, it's not Xandra. It's your boy Robert DaCosta. Hey,
give it up for the big joker. That's the big joker.
1, 2, 3 of these gotcha moments, like for sure. Gotcha. He had 3 of them so far. He had this. He had the thing with Iska and homeboy Tarn, and then he showed up with the night seats, right, with Fisher King and I can't think of homegirl's name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Robert DaCosta is making himself the staple of this book, which is nuts.
Wait,
we have Magneto and we still got Storm.
He's been doing this for a year, though. Remember the Encouragers run?
Mm-hmm.
His story arc in the Encouragers run? He didn't get written like this the whole time I was reading the Mutants. And people need to know I bought the graphic novel and I bought the comics books when they came out. He wasn't written like this. He wasn't like this character growth right here. He was cocky, he was arrogant, but he's cocky, arrogant, confident, and intelligent. That's the whole thing. He's more intelligent. Like, he plays to his strength in ways I don't see the other mutants doing. He plays to his strength and he plays away from his limitations. This is some great
actually writing. Reminds me of Storm in that way, which is like he's not restricted to his mutant power set at all. At all. He's able to fight on many different planes, and most of them don't involve his powers, which is a really good thing for a mutant of his power set. It's very reminiscent of Storm being able to play the diplomat, play the queen, you know what I mean? Play the assassin if she needs to. And she doesn't need to use her weather powers to get the job done either. So it's just like, I see a lot of similarity in the way that this character is being brought up. Because they're showing him to be resourceful beyond his mutant powers. Speaking of his intellect on the data page, so you remember when they gave us the layout and the phases of Brand's plan to kind of play Orcus against the mutants and take over Soul from both of them, right?
Right.
My boy DaCosta was with her step by step. Every moment he knew what she was doing, he knew what she wanted to do, had enough time to procrastinate and write nothing notes and still keep up with her. Don't sleep on Robert DaCosta, man. Don't sleep on DaCosta.
Right, watch this. Y'all know he's an Afro-Brazilian, right? Y'all know he's a black Brazilian, right? I'm talking to my brothers. Y'all, look.
Hey, little known fact. Largest population of black people outside of America and Africa? Brazil.
Come on, somebody. So yeah, Roberto DaCosta. That's us right there. That's us.
Represent. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You're gonna have to get his curls a little tighter, but I'm near. We're there.
We need somebody that understand about hair texture. The same person that drew for Monica Rambeau. We need you to come on back on over here.
Come on, help
Pass
out
some.
the Costa. Come on,
Yeah.
help out the Costa. Vulcan is enraged. I love the follow-up to the reveal of him, you know, obviously not being Xandra, to go ahead and take your shot. You gonna burn the burn? How you gonna burn the burn? How you gonna burn the flame? Now, I think, you know, he clinched a bit when he said that because Vulcan is back at full strength. But Vulcan takes the bait and he goes off. Whew, crisis averted. Warbird even says it. He would have incinerated where you stand, you know, where you sat. You know that, right? He says, obviously. But I'm even so better looking. It's a moral victory that's important.
Watch this. The fact that Vulcan hesitated, or at least the author wrote it that way, because Vulcan paused, and I get it. You know,
he was like, I probably could kill you, but I ain't gonna waste the time.
I ain't thinking like that, because Vulcan is an arrogant cuss. I'm wondering if he paused and said, wait a minute, let me think about this for a second. The only reason why I'm thinking, because, you know, writers write stuff for a reason. We understand what Roberto DaCosta's power set is right now, but is this an indication that his power set will grow? Because when was the last time we actually seen Roberto DaCosta's power? Him use his powers. Whether we've been reading Sword, whether we've been reading X-Men Red, as you've alluded to, he's basically used other skills throughout this entire run. We haven't seen him. So the fact that Vulcan thought about it, I'm wondering if, as we said, you know, as the author gave us, you know, a little bit of, okay, Vulcan and Deathbird have a child together. Or did they write that in there to say, hey, we're going to see his power set be tested at some point? We didn't get to see it with Iskari Unbeaten. You know, he used his wit. We're not seeing it right now. He's using his wit. And let's not think that Vulcan did try and burn Xander, Princess Xander. He thought that was her. I'm pretty sure he used a portion of his power, and Roberto sat there and took it.
So the interesting thing about both of their power sets, though, is that even though Vulcan is more powerful, he still has to draw his energy. DaCosta, that's here. I don't need a battery. So it really just comes down to how much can DaCosta take, which I don't know how have you tested the hour limits of it, but that's what it's going to come down to, is how much he can withstand, not if he can overpower DaCosta, because I guess with that kind of makes him inherently stronger. If his power doesn't come from an outward source, I feel like it makes you stronger to have your own battery pack. You know what I mean?
What he says, Vulcan says, I will burn you alive for this. And he says, will you? We both eat solar energy, remember, and I don't need to take it from you.
Thank you.
No, he said, I don't need to take it from the sun when I can take it from you. Isn't that how it goes? But please give it a go. So Roberto's telling him, like, I draw solar energy. I don't need to be near the sun. I can get my solar energy from you. So while you trying to draw solar energy from me, I feel like it would be a recycling course where all Roberto would be doing is siphoning off the energy back from Vulcan again. And if you are an Omega level mutant and you have to take power, energy, heat from somewhere to get you that, well, Roberto is doing the same thing. So when you got to do it, Roberto ain't got to do that. He's his own power source, as you said. So the thing is, not only is Roberto his own power source, but he draws power from other sources. So if you Vulcan, it almost sets up what I like to call it. It's a never-ending cycle. You're gonna be drawing energy, but at what point do you realize you're drawing energy from yourself?
He's gonna. It would create some sort of circuit, and I think, like you said, it would just come down to how much Roberto would be able to withstand as he's flowing all that through. Interesting little, you know, comic book hypothetical fight that we'll probably see at some point towards the end of this room. So Vulcan leaves. He decides that if Princess Xandra is not in the diplomatic zone, then I think they said they're on. that they were on the diplomatic zone and Shi'ar space. They're still on Arakko, because they come to Magneto's former residence, the Autumn Place, and that's where Vulcan decides that Xandra must be if she's not here, right? But he runs into none other than the former regent of Arakko, and he's trying to line up for his rematch. So now we're gonna find out for real. We're gonna find out for real. You wanted to know, or we gonna find out? You got your shell broken. You 100%. You ready to go? Bet. Now let's see it for real. Let's see it for real. No more excuses. Storm and Vulcan in the next issue. I'm down. I'm down.
Vulcan, to me is like, okay, you're a fire elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora controls all the elements, even yours. You ain't gotta burn that hot girl. Not around her. You ain't gotta burn. It's two things. It's three things we know she got control over. She can either hit you with soil, which last time I checked, enough dirt does extinguish a flame. Water, you Vulcan, but the fact that she can drop you to I don't know how many degrees below Celsius, I don't think that's what you want. Like, I
Or
don't
put
think
you in a wind tunnel so you can't create a flame.
Right. So I don't. This is, and she's an Omega level mutant, and Abigail Brand ain't had time to train Vulcan like Aurora been trained.
Not to fight Storm, no. Mm-mm.
So, and she's not the person who's going to be overconfident in a rematch with him, i.e., she's not going to repeat what she did before. She's going to understand, sorry I kept you waiting, which is why if this plan has played out, they've already been alerted on Mars by the X-Men on Earth on Krakoa as to what's going on with Vulcan. They've already been alerted to this. So matter of fact, they had already been alerted to this based on how this already played out. So that's why Abigail Brand is shocked. She's like, oh, no, yeah. You played your hand and they were already with it. So Vulcan ain't ready for this. As Wesley Snipes would say in Blade, he's not ready to roll with this. So I see it might, well, like I said, we first of all, Magneto gone. They not finna kill off Aurora. They didn't kill off Vulcan many times before. So while it might be some heavy damages and everything like that, we know how this finna go. We know how this finna. We just want to see how it's finna go. That's all. We're just here for the how. So, but another overall great read. They ain't been off. This is one of the most satisfying reads, regardless of the name that's on the front of it. This is one of the most satisfying reads I've had in a long time. Like I said, I got to thank you for once again putting me on sore, because I had been sworn off the X-Men for a minute. But
I appreciate you coming back over, man. Is any other parting thoughts, or just excited to see where we go next?
I'm just excited to see where we go next. I'm here for it. I'm a fan. This has restored my confidence in comics again. Great storytelling. I just want to see where we're going to go.
Agreed, man. Give us your thoughts on the book. X-Men Red issue number 9 in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Come back next week for more comic book content.